Yeah.
Thanks, Smoothie.
So let me give
it's
you
official.
Okay.
It's official. I did not know what repast meant.
Okay. But
Like
see, I'm the guy that had you said that. I go, repast, where are you at?
A repast at a funeral is a gathering for a meal after the service,
And a cocktail.
Providing a time for family and friends to come together, share memories, and offer comfort and support to one another.
Yeah.
And
that's what we did.
It was one of those words that I think you need. I would have needed to see in the context of a sentence. So I didn't really know what it meant.
We've been together 8 years, and my boy Relaford and I, courtesy of Bob Myers, got to sit courtside. Remember that? And Mo Bamba made the worst pass in NBA history and knocked the phone out of my hand. Remember that?
Yep.
Fitz was like, put the phone down. But I got to tell you, this wasn't that. But Pod's got a rebound. Butler's on the fly down court, and he throws the ball so high, it might have hit a pigeon in the Steiny. It was one of those Butler jumped and it was like, can't get that. But it was like, Pod, you put a little too much on it. But it was a bad pass. It was a high pass.
It sounds like they never really got in sync.
Well, it's a young season.
Did they ever lead? And if so, by how many?
Yeah, 1, 3. It got up to 1 or 3.
Like they would.
It might even got to 5.
Early third, something like that. Late second. All right.
But let me just say this to you: It's early on. Anything to make of Warriors on the road as opposed to home because they got blew out by Portland last Friday. But it's early. I'm just asking you, because I'm not into the 6 game. Isn't the whole season going to be that? Or how many times are we going to say the Warriors haven't played a game in 4 days? Like, I don't want to hear that when you got guys headed to the Hall of Fame and I'm giving you flowers every other day.
I mean, I'm just looking at it from a practical standpoint where it can't be that they played Monday, they played Tuesday. All right? So the older guys are beat Tuesday night. They get a recovery day Wednesday, then they play Thursday. It's like this can't
with a Giannis-less team.
An energy issue.
Okay.
It can be a letdown issue because of Giannis, but if it's an energy issue this early in the season, I think we know that's a problem. So I can't imagine it's that after just 6 games.
Now, Buddy Hield, I feel like, is doing his Klay Thompson style to where we've seen this, and he's just off to a slow start, but they're missing him. They're missing the Buddy that was showing up at the end of last year. And can you guess his three-point percentage early on this year?
It's not very good.
28%.
Okay.
All right, so we know he can shoot with the best of them. So this is just nothing to – it'll grow and get better.
Who?
Buddy.
He's streaky. I think he either got off to a great start last year or a terrible. I thought he got off to a great start, didn't he?
Why did I want to say terrible here?
Well, because he didn't play terribly, probably.
No, but remember, he was public enemy number 1, Buddy Hield.
Yeah. Anyway, what I'm saying is he either got off to a terrible start last year or a great start. I can't remember. You're listening to 95.7 The Game, KGMZ FM and HD1 San Francisco, an Odyssey sports station, always live on the free Odyssey app, now broadcasting from the Laughing Monk Studios. Warriors get beat last night, 120-110.
Milwaukee 4-1.
Yeah. I will say this, and Austin said this. He said, when I found out Giannis was out, I maybe would have started the young guys. I tell you what, as crazy as it is, I might consider something like that.
But why?
Next time.
And Vitello said it yesterday in his introductory press conference when they asked him about the state of the NL West and the other teams. He went, Norm, my pops, worry about what's in your home. Why do you got to counteract with what they're doing? We're the Dubs. This should be a slow, easy night. Steph on the bench in the late third quarter. This thing's over.
Yeah,
why do I got to go to the young guys or change anything we're doing?
Well, you might need to acknowledge the 707 on the Boxer and Gerson work injury attorneys text line. Steiny, Goo, we have to accept the fact that the Warriors are an older team, and on some nights they just will not have it.
Okay, wow. Now that's real is real deal Holyfield.
And I actually,
I'm sorry though, with no Giannis, that's the game you got to win. I'm sorry.
Well,
I'm sorry.
The other thing is, to me, it shows that you can't just win by throwing your guys out there. They have to be better than that.
And maybe that's what's hurting me.
Let's go to Tristan in Temecula. Hey, Tristan,
okay,
how you
where
doing,
is
man?
that at?
It's down in southern
Temecula.
Temecula.
Oh, doing?
Tristan, hold on one sec.
It's just an hour away from LA.
There you go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Right. Beautiful country.
Oh, yes, it's really beautiful, especially when it's nice and sunny and everything. Wine country, pretty dope.
Okay.
But,
wow.
Last night, I'll just sum it up to, look, the defense the last, 6 games have been kind of suspect. Luka goes off for 43, and it's Luka, but then you got Aaron Gordon. You got the whole Portland team going off.
Yeah.
Then you got, James Harden and Kawhi that was going off in that first half before they got shut down in the second half. But then even tonight, you're continuing the trend of letting guys continue to go off and penetrating the driving lanes, and nobody can stop them. Rollins drove into the paint, I think, 3 times, and they all just let him go by for an easy layup. Cole Anthony, too. I'm going to be honest, the most disappointing thing this season so far has been the defense. I thought it would be a little bit better considering, Draymond and JK and, add Al Horford. And I know Mellon hasn't played yet, and when he comes back, that might help a little bit. But nobody on this team right now can defend to save their life consistently. As far as the offense goes, I'll just boil it down. We have the same issue like we had the last couple of years. Every team has guys that can do things our guys can't, particularly our younger players. Like Cole Anthony was torching us, almost went for 20 before he got fouled out. Man. But nobody in our team can really replicate that off the bench, especially if JK is a starter going forward. We don't have that bench pop like we used to with Jordan Poole, or particularly mainly Jordan Poole. And now that you see this other guy, Rollins, that got shipped out, and he dropped 32 on you. I know he didn't really play for us when he was here, but it's those kind of players I felt that we kind of let slip from our grasp that could help us now potentially. And now we're in this spot where it's either the old guys, the vets got to come in and save us, and if not, who really else is going to step up? So, it's only 6 games. I don't want to say doom and gloom, but
I hear you,
now,
man.
I'm kind of off of, calling them a contender.
Thanks, Tristan. Appreciate the call.
Well, I'm not there. Yeah, I'm definitely not there.
It feels like we had a couple, it was a bad game, throw it away, and a couple, I don't like what I saw, and we got to keep an eye on it.
Let me read this to you. Guys off the bench, and you tell me who scares you, Stoney. Guy Santos, Horford, Buddy Hield.
Yeah.
What's happened to Gary Payton II? 3 minutes. Moses Moody, Pods, Will Richard, and Spencer and Jackson Davis didn't get in. And guys can do it on certain nights, but there's not a lot of threats in those names that I mentioned to you. Well, guys that could create their shot, or Steph or Jimmy are struggling, that can go, get high, and maybe Pods can do. I don't know.
This is where, again, so what happened Tuesday?
The Clippers missed shots.
Pods was great. Moody was excellent. Post was really good.
Moody had 9 points.
I'm thinking of the game before that.
Yeah.
But my point is that younger players aren't going to play great every night.
And, wow.
They're
but
not.
Are your older players going to be old every night? You know what I'm saying? So I'm just asking you, Stoney, you hadn't played NBA ball. Are you telling me the back-to-back Monday and Tuesday?
Well, I don't know. I can't tell you. I just think if it was, that's what I mean. If they had a letdown because Giannis wasn't playing, I don't like it, but
you understand.
That's the way that one went. But if you're telling me they were a little flat, a little lethargic because they played a back-to-back Monday and Tuesday, then we got a problem. It's really
so.
As
What do you
simple as
expect
that.
tomorrow then? Against a young,
I expect them to
injured,
win the game,
but they run.
Why would they not win that game?
Same reason they didn't win this.
Well, then they're not as good as we thought they were. If they lose to Milwaukee without Giannis and they go to Indiana, and they haven't won a game yet, and they get beat by Indiana, well, then they're going to be 4-3, and we're going to say maybe we got ahead of ourselves. That's the way the season goes. 888-957-9570 is the number. If you weren't here early in the show, I didn't watch the Warrior game last night, and I'm going to have to go in to see the boss and perhaps get reprimanded at the end of the day. But I was so not upset. I was so annoyed that Giannis wasn't playing. I decided I'm going to spend my sports watching tonight watching Tulane, where my daughter goes to college, and watching the Baltimore Ravens. I have 2 fantasy players on their team. And so I did not watch the game. And when I came in today, all I knew was they lost. I didn't even know the score.
I didn't believe you, man. You text this morning, I'm like, please.
So I told the boss, look, I didn't watch the game. So, and he was like, I said, I'm coming in tomorrow. I'm going to sit and watch the game, and I want people to tell me what happened instead of the other way around. And he goes, yeah, whatever you want, Steiny.
Yeah, you got different rules.
He just wanted to get me off the text line. So I'm asking what happened last night. And I got questions after I'm looking at this box score.
Ryan Rollins came back and gave you the business, man. I don't like that, Steiny.
I do agree with a lot of Warrior fans that the Warriors have never lost a guy that's hurt them after. I don't mean hurt him in a particular game, but can I assume that Ryan Rollins looked like a player last night that would look good on the Warriors?
Well,
first of all, he's had his career high 3 times already, so clearly he's having an emerging year this year. So he's getting playing time.
Yeah, but I'm not going there. That would be too unfair.
Okay, did he look like he was a significantly better player than Pods?
Yes, he did.
Last night.
Yeah, he did stuff Pods couldn't do.
Okay.
But Pods has done it. But let me read this. This from my guy Squirt, Steiny. Goo, Warriors have no one on this roster that I see that can stay in front of a quick guard with some ha-ha. Speed and athleticism is the Dubs' kryptonite.
I agree.
And Steiny, that's scary. How do you fix that?
But so, hold on.
But I'm not there yet. This team still can go to the West. It's not new.
Of course it's not new. What's the Warriors' challenges this year? Their age, their lack of athleticism. They're still not the biggest team in the world. They're not the longest team in the world. And again, athleticism, they only have, to my way of thinking, one athlete that's let's just say significantly above average, and that's Kaminga. And other teams have guys like that. 888-957-9570. And what happened last night to the Warriors? You tell me. Why did Steph Curry start the fourth quarter when they were down just 3? I mean, I
thought Kerr was trying to win it.
Well, then wait till 9 or 7, like he does.
Or Kerr thought maybe it might be too late without Steph. So he was telling you he was
3.
Yeah, but the fact that they're even down to that version of the Bucks. Kerr was like, I can't let this get any worse.
Well, they would have lost then in the last 3 minutes because he would have been exhausted.
Well, that's what happened.
But why? Okay. I just don't understand. Why did they get out of their normal rotation? I like that
move, to be honest with you. Because Kerr was saying, I don't like how this thing is gone. I'm going to put an end to it.
All right. Yeah. I don't. I would have rather put him back in with 8 like they normally do, or
Carter
7.
told us to get out twice.
Well, it's 11-12. Right. He was starting to wave us off at 11-15. And every time I do that and Evan's in there, he gets mad because I got to take it at least till 11-12. What's up?
I mean, we're just trying to help you.
That's my bad.
Thank you, Carter. And you're welcome for last night. Here for you, here for good. That's
Tired of
Fremont
the same
Bank
old
for
night
you.
out? Head to Ghostwood Kitchen, your neighborhood spot for an incredible time. They take pride in their huge selection of in-house craft beer, innovative craft cocktails made with fresh ingredients, and full menu of delicious scratch-made food. From their smash burgers to their unique appetizers. Don't miss their special entertainment nights, featuring Wednesday night trivia. On Friday and Saturday night, Ghost Hour is 50% off all drinks, 9 p.m. to close, and featuring a live DJ on Fridays. Find your vibe at Ghostwood Kitchen, 911 Main Street in Redwood City, and at ghostwood.com.
When businesses thrive, communities score. That's why Bank of America is the official bank of FIFA World Cup here in the Bay Area. And our more than 110 local business specialists are ready to help your business win. What would you like the power to do? Learn more at bankofamerica.com/local business. Bank of America, official bank of FIFA World Cup 2026. Bank of America Corporation, all rights reserved.
Hi, I'm Dustin, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. I know finding a dream engagement ring can be overwhelming, but don't worry, we got you. As director of diamond sourcing, it's my job to make sure every single diamond at Shane Company is truly the best of the best. Our team travels the world to see diamonds up close, in person. We handpick each one for its unique fire, brilliance, and scintillation. Diamond buying is an art, Of course, we look at cut, color, clarity, and carat, known as the 4 C's, but that's not all. We also look at how each diamond looks on a hand, where it will be worn, how it makes you feel, and if it's worthy of a Shane Company customer. That type of expertise only comes from working for a company that's been a family business since 1929. We also think about your budget. We only pick the best in each grade in all shapes and sizes. Your diamond is guaranteed to be the most beautiful because a friend wants you to pick from only the best. Drop by your store or shaneco.com and see for yourself. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Jumpstart MD is your Bay Area expert in weight loss and hormone care. And October is Menopause Awareness Month. Let's be real, one size fits all doesn't work. That's why Jumpstart MD created a personalized program that combines weight loss and hormone optimization, all for one low price. Even better, you'll save $200 this month when you choose the plan that fits your life. With 13 Bay Area locations and online visits, expert support is always within reach. Call 855-JUMPSTART or visit jumpstartmd.com to reclaim your energy, your balance, and your confidence.
Injured at work? Don't wait. Every moment counts. You may be entitled to medical care and financial compensation, but time matters. The attorneys at Boxer & Gerson are here to protect your rights and fight for the treatment and support you need. Boxer & Gerson have helped thousands of people across Northern California who were hurt on the job. Don't wait, don't guess. Get answers. Call Boxer & Gerson today at 510-835-8870 or visit boxerlaw.com for a free consultation. Boxer & Gerson, your life is worth the fight.
There's a party at your house, but some are uninvited. Yeah, it's bugs. You've got ants, spiders, maybe a mouse or two. It's a full-blown shindig, but don't let these party crashers ruin your good time. Visit AtGoPestControl.com and let them show those pests the door permanently. Because when the only guests you want are your friends, leave the pests to them. Visit their website today, atcopestcontrol.com, before your house becomes a full-blown infestation. Call 888-900-9697 now for 10% off your initial service.
Ragnar the Terrible got a job at a big bank. Let's listen. So what's it like being a 5th century warlord?
Same as big bank. We conquer and extort gold from conquest.
Huh. We just lower our customers' deposit rates and raise their fees.
And if they argue, put on their floorboards and crush while dining.
So smart. Star One isn't like the big banks. We think banking should be pain-free, with lower loan rates, higher deposit rates, and friendly customer service. Star One, in your best interest.
I spent 14 years in foster care, mostly in group homes. I slept in a lot of different rooms, but none of them really felt like mine.
There are more than 100,000 children in foster care waiting to be adopted. The Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption is working to help find them a permanent home.
Now I have my own room, a place that's mine, and a family who loves and supports me.
If you have room in your home or your heart, see how you can help at davethomasfoundation.org.
It all comes down to this, folks.
Yep, the entire season is on the line. But my throat has officially thrown in the towel.
Sounds like you need Vicks VapoCool drops. They're max strength and vaporize sore throat pain.
Whoa! These VapoCool drops hit fast!
Speaking of fast, did you just see that play?
Yeah, he vaporized that ball.
That pun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed.
At Straight Talk, we know the holidays are your time to say
yes.
So why put up with a wireless company that makes you say
out of data?
Or
no service here?
Switch to Straight Talk and say yes to real unlimited data on a reliable 5G network covered by Verizon. And with a free 5G phone when you activate select plans, someone else in your family can say yes! Available at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Based on RootMetrics Data 5G Report United States 1H 2025. Experiences may vary. Not an endorsement of Verizon. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com.
Let's go!
You still got it, but your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Snakes, zombies, public speaking. The list of fears is endless. But the real danger is in your hand when you're behind the wheel. Distracted driving is what's really scary and even deadly. Eyes forward. Don't drive distracted. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
This is Greg Nemitz from the Autism Society. The Pettinelli Financial Golf Tournament raised over $100,000 for our organization. Thank you, sponsors, players, volunteers, and thank you, Pettinelli Financial.
I got his dunk tape in high school on VHS.
Now, back to Steiny and Guru on 95.7 The Game.
Probably one of the I've seen J.R. Ryder. We went to Reno, James Logan High School, for a basketball tournament. And J.R. Ryder had a cast on and won the dunk contest. He was at Encinal. And that probably was Jay Kidd, went up against him in high school, James Logan Colts. And I used to tell you our mantra coming out was, who that say they gonna beat James Logan? Who that? Who that say they gonna beat James Logan? Who that? Then I'd go to the bench, Carter.
And that's when Kyle Shanahan says everything. Everybody.
Hey, Willard texts us real quick about Buddy.
Okay.
This is why I love our team, the team spirit we have. He said Buddy got off to a blazing start last year. We all loved him and couldn't understand why Sack released him. And you're right, then he got cold. But Steiny, him and Horford they need to, get started. It's early, but man, start Horford, man. Didn't Steven Jackson say on the podcast why he thought the Warriors had the best start in 5? And I believe Horford was included in that. And I know it can change, but I don't get, an older player, let him start early.
Well, I mean, you realize he wasn't a full-time starter in Boston the last 2 years. He started half the games. 2 years ago, he started 65 games, and he started. He played 65 games. He started 33. That's only half. Last year, he played 60, started 40. So he's used to both.
Yeah, but he started more often than not, even for Boston, even though that was sliced.
They were terrible.
But this team needs size. This team needs Horford to be the best version of himself.
When they start post, they're actually bigger.
Say it again?
When they start post, they're actually as big, right? Because he's a 7-footer.
But not with the whole package of with the know-how and what comes with it.
But I thought he looked old last night.
It wasn't old. It's just, what word am I looking for? Not crusty. Just
rusty?
Like it was a labor. Help me out. Just something like, give me this. He ain't blended in yet through 6 games like you like. And I just think him starting with Steph and Dre makes it easier. How about that? Forget the opponent. Give me that.
I'm not with you.
You want to give it to me.
I actually don't. I'm scared of starting 4 40-year-olds, quite frankly. I mean, look at the game, and the thing about Post is Post hits a couple early threes against the Clippers. You get up big, you get up 12, and he helped you there. I don't know. I don't know. Is Guru onto something here? We can discuss it. AJ's in LA. Wants to talk about the game. Hey, AJ, what's going on, man? How you doing?
Man, interesting part. No one's really mentioned the rotation, man. JK was frying them boys in the first quarter. Yeah, I think he almost had 20 points in the first quarter. Got the short leash, him and Steph, and they came back. They came back like 10 minutes later. They got like a 10-minute break, and he was frying them boys. And then all of it, I think he only had 22 or 24 with 9 shots going into the fourth quarter. Insane. But the reason why I'm calling is that I've noticed a trend. These guys are terrible in pick and roll coverage, and essentially teams are picking on Al Horford. And one thing that made Kevon Looney so great, he was a menace in pick and roll coverage. I mean, he always stepped up on the guard whenever, you know what I mean? So guards, even though Looney was slow as a turtle, for some reason he could pick up guards and pick and roll, and it was beautiful. And so what I'm noticing with teams is that they know that JK is the only on-ball defender on this team. So what they're doing is they're setting that high pick and roll. They get JK off the ball immediately and daring somebody else to come on the ball. And it's been Al Horford, and they chewed and spit him out for lunch last night. So I think they're going to have to figure out something. I think they need some help on ball. They need somebody else to help JK on ball. They need pick and roll coverage. They need some front court help. Draymond stink as a point of attack defender, so he's not really that good there. Al Horford stinks. Steph Curry stinks, Pi stinks. All these dudes stink in that pick and roll. And literally, they got one guy. Well, Moody as well. He's decent on ball. We used to have GP2. He hasn't been good defensively on the ball in 2 years. So,
yeah, I hear you.
But you got to remember, too, just to keep
AJ.
it.
Appreciate
I was going to tell
buddy.
AJ to keep it real, Steiny, and I know it's not last year, but we saw the Warriors be the best defensive team after they arrived, and the metrics showed that when they got Jimmy Butler. So maybe it's just one of these. It's a new season. They're 4-2. I'm not taking anything off the table on how far they can go, but we're talking about the little pimples and zits that we see. But, I'm definitely not saying they can't do it. But, I mean, I'm looking last night. You mentioned Curry hitting that three-pointer, Donnie. You did say it and cut it to 2, I believe. And then they go on like a 12-2 run. And 25 seconds later, after Curry cuts it to 2, Rollins, that's not pick and roll, hits a 3 because he's open. And that started the 11-2 run. And something like that, man.
One of the reasons Kerr loves Draymond at 5 is because he's better at that when the 5-man picks. And he's a better help defender and a better guy to switch on an opposing player, no matter who it happens to be. That's one of the reasons he loves Draymond at 5. And when you play Horford at 5, I'm learning a lot about Horford as we're watching him too. I think he's going to be a player who is obviously much better helping in the paint than guarding on the perimeter. So you got to try to avoid those situations with him matched up against legitimate perimeter player.
Yeah. I wrote this down for you. I thought a fun factoid. Curry missed a free throw to snap his streak of 57 straight. It was late in the fourth, but he had made 57 straight.
This year, or did that go back to last year?
I got to believe going back to last year.
I see they were 25 for 26 from the line. Look at Kaminga, 8 for 8.
Thinking, hold on.
Butler, 8 for 8.
I got to be better.
Curry, 7 for 8.
He ain't got fouled 57. You think he's been to – now I'm looking to see if the 57 is all this year in 6 games. I'll tell you.
Probably not, because that would be 10 free throws a game. I don't think he's getting that.
Well, that'd be more.
Yet. Yeah. Coach in Vallejo.
Our man.
Hey, Coach, how you doing?
Hey, guys, how you doing? I want to clear up a couple of things. Goo, first of all, Steve Kerr said Moody's minutes was not because of his thumb.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear that.
Yeah, he said it was the matchups and stuff like that, different combinations. Number 2 thing I want to point out is that the common denominator of the 2 losses, the game is sped up. Those guys were playing fast.
Yeah.
And Kerr even said that. Portland and Milwaukee, they just played at a much faster pace. And Denver and the Clippers, they just kind of walk it up, slow it down, get to their set. So speed is a big problem for this Warrior team going forward. Now, also, too, the turnovers. You mentioned Curry and Kaminga. 10 turnovers with the 2 of them. But those 10 turnovers, whether it's 2 players or 5 players, it's still 10 turnovers. Okay, so I'm not too concerned about who made the turnovers. Another point the guy made, he started the fourth quarter with Steph. Why didn't he start it with Kaminga? Kaminga set out half that fourth quarter, and he's a younger guy. Kerr is monitoring Kaminga's minutes like he's an old man, okay? Kaminga plays 35 to 40 minutes. He's a young guy. And the last thing I would like to add is that you can have all the savvy in the world. You can have the highest IQ. If you don't have the athleticism in today's NBA, you're going to be in trouble. And that's what's getting Horford and Steph and Jimmy and Trey in trouble, because these guys are going up, around, and over them right now. The Warriors, and that's what Rollins did. He's just too fast for everyone on the court.
Coach, let me ask you this before you go, because we had another caller mention they went away from Kaminga, who played 34 minutes but only had 11 field goal attempts. I'm asking you, what would you tell JK if that happens again? Be more aggressive, or does he know he's playing like I can't be too aggressive because then it won't look like what it's looked like where I'm trying to fit in? Where's that balance? Because Curry shot it 18 times from the perimeter and Jimmy shot it 18 times. But, man, I'm looking at Kaminga like, how does that number go up, the field goal attempts?
Well, what I would tell Kaminga is keep doing what he's doing. Don't force it. Let the game come to him. I want the coach to tell Kaminga to be more aggressive. But right now, let Kaminga keep doing what he's doing. He's rebounding. He's assisting. He's passing. He's playing defense. He's doing everything that Kerr loves, and that's what's keeping him in the starting lineup. Keep doing what you're doing. If he wants Kaminga to be more aggressive, let that come from the coach. JK, you just keep doing what you're doing.
No, I love it.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate the call.
What did he said you can have all the savvy in the world, but it goes back to my boy Squirt text about the foot speed or keeping guys in front of you. I guess you can't manipulate that, right?
No, if you're old, you're old. And you can be really smart, which will help, but it's not going to make those issues go away.
Well, now I got a little more concerned about tomorrow's game against – Indy's a good team, but they're injured. But just the way they play is fast. And you asked me, and I didn't even tell you, Milwaukee was playing that way. And Coach mentioned it.
Well, and maybe that is something to look at because you look at there's a game I'm forgetting, but I'm going down the first 6 games. They open up with the Lakers. They don't want to play fast. And, in fact, they play slow with Luka messing around with the ball. That would seem to favor the Warriors. No doubt. Denver, they can get up and down, no doubt about it, and a lot of points were scored. But for the most part,
137, 131, Donnie.
So the Warriors, maybe that's the outlier. I don't know what Memphis is, but the Clippers, they're a half-court team.
Oh, my gosh.
And the Warriors beat them by 20. And if you're telling me Milwaukee sped up the game, well, so did the Portland Trailblazers. So maybe that is, maybe that's a problem that's starting to come into focus for the Golden State Warriors. 888-957-9570 is the number. We'll talk Warriors for a little longer, and I'll just set it up one last time if you're just joining us. I didn't watch the game last night. I didn't watch the Warriors game.
Do you regret it?
No. Unless the boss fires me today.
No, but now forget him. Do you regret
Nope.
I wish I would have saw it now.
No. I can still see it at some point if I want. Anyway, once I found out Antetokounmpo wasn't playing, I said, you know what? I'm going to watch the greatest sport that is available to me on television, and that is football. And so I watched Tulane, and then I watched the Ravens, and I said to myself, Giannis isn't playing. I'm just getting sick of this with the NBA. And I know he was hurt. He was an early pregame scratch, but these guys aren't going to invest the effort. Anyway,
what about real quick?
I'll watch Saturday, but last night you tell me what happened.
What about I didn't hear Coach.
Lecture me.
I didn't hear Coach or any post game. I guess Kerr said Moody only got 10 minutes. It had nothing to do with the injury.
Well,
if I'm Moses, that's not what I want to hear.
Well, this is Steve Kerr on what their biggest issue was last night.
It looked to me like fatigue, mental, physical fatigue. It did not look like our team out there. Our spacing was bad. It didn't feel like we had our usual pop. And I thought Milwaukee was brilliant. I mean, they made 19 threes. They made one tough one after another down the stretch. But we let them hang around for too long, and that was the problem. And, it's what we talked about before the game. Anytime a team plays without its star, a team is going to be out there with nothing to lose, firing shots, a lot of guys getting extra minutes, feeling good. And I thought they did a fantastic job of creating offensive rhythm and playing without fear and knocking down big shots. And then and we didn't handle our switching very well. Our defense struggled tonight when we got, they were small, so we went to an all switching coverage and lineup, and we'll have to watch the tape, but I didn't feel like we did a great job there.
All right, that's Steve Kerr talking about wasn't happy about their defense. And
let me tell you this, Donnie, because I got OCD. Now all of a sudden you guys got, not just you and the people calling the fans, planted in my mind, and Kerr mentioned it, fatigue. And we're 6 games in, so I brought up the schedule, and I'm like, okay, 2 back-to-backs. But just real quick, you got a game tomorrow, November 1st, the 4th, the 5th, the 7th, the 9th, the 11th and 12th, the 14th, the 16th, the 18th, 19th, the 21st, the 24th. So games are coming.
Thank you.
There is no Christmas break.
You're right. And that's why one game isn't the be-all and end-all, but if you're telling me there was any kind of physical fatigue...
mental!
...last night...
he said mental.
It happens.
They're about to see Wemby on the 12th and 14th, Steiny, the home-and-home thing.
Let's go to Jimmy in Bayview. Hey, Jimmy, how you doing?
Hey, guys. Good to see everybody here today.
Give us some good news, Jimmy. Good news, baby.
I mean, the Warriors have always had problems with kind of these bug guards, these super quick guards. And unfortunately, it's one we gave away, which is still, I don't understand why we're not having a discussion about that. I know the kid shoplifted and stuff, but it's not like he's a child molester or something. I mean, go make him work at Target. And
who are we talking about? John's in Oakland.
Well, Jordan Bell ordered something at the hotel. He ain't talking about Jordan.
He bought a candle or something.
But who was shopping?
Hey, guys, what's up?
Hey, John, how you doing?
I don't. Good, thanks. I won't go in that direction.
No,
but,
we don't know what direction that was either. Yeah.
I want to answer the first question, which was what happened last night. I think this is a great segment, by the way. Maybe you guys are onto something because you could do this more often, have people think about it. But it's very simple. Giannis was out, and we're seeing this all around the league. The margin between the top players is very small. And when the top guy is out, maybe rephrase that, but when the top guy is out, all the other guys step up because this is their massive opportunity to do well and play.
Yeah.
I got two other examples for you that are easy. Look at the Lakers 2 nights ago when Austin Reeves and a ragtag group of Lakers won a game that they were not supposed to, and they shot the lights out. I don't know if you guys...
But Minnesota didn't have Anthony Edwards, and Portland beat the Lakers. But I catch you and Steiny's drift, man.
Yeah, and then I got one more example, which is the game after Chauncey Billups is arrested. Didn't everybody think that the Trailblazers were about to be in shambles? And here they go out there just shooting the lights out all over the Warriors and beating us up. Like, these guys are motivated, and the Warriors have the opposite motivation 6 games into the season. Steve Kerr, Steph Curry, Draymond, these guys don't care about these October games. They're still doing rotations and figuring things out. But at the end of the day, they're 4-2, and before last night, they were 3rd in the Western Conference. Like, they feel just fine about where they're at. So it's about motivation.
Hey, well, let me say that. Let me jump in real quick.
Yeah.
This team has not made the playoffs. They've been perennial play-ins. So if you're right, and I'm not saying you're not, I don't think the Warriors are the team to say to hell with October games because these are the games that keep you out the damn play-in that they've been in.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a really good point. But if I can respond,
yes, sir.
I don't think Steph Curry sees himself as a perennial play-in player. I think he sees himself as a 4-time champion, and so does Draymond, and so does Steve Kerr. And if they think of it as, if we're going to win a championship, we have to get right. We have to play well. We have to figure out our rotations. But all the things that Steve Kerr talks about, he's not talking about winning and losing the games. He's talking about getting it right at these early stages. So
I hear you.
That's my reason.
Thanks, John. Appreciate the call. Talk to me about Jimmy Butler last night. How did he play?
I'm not saying I hold him to the highest standards. You know that. And just 2 days ago, I told you it's incredible how he can control a game. But, Steiny, I'm not taking anything away from Jimmy Butler, but that's when the game are on his terms. And when you got young athletes that are long, Steiny, I believe that's his kryptonite. He was not bad last night, but he was not dominant. They did not allow him to control the game. He went to the free throw line, I believe, 8 times. But again, he didn't play bad, but he wasn't the Jimmy that I've come in here throwing flowers at his feet because he controlled the game. And that's kudos to 23 points, Donnie. You tell me I played 11 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 turnovers, 7 of 18. But
that's not good for him.
I just felt like, Milwaukee knew where he was at. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
I mean, yeah, I'm looking back at some of your texts from Tuesday about Jimmy Butler.
Just
special, special.
But it was on his terms.
He's so damn good.
You need to clear the chat out sometime. Delete and start. Oh, that's what I do. But he wasn't Stoney, Squirt said it and everybody else. The length and athleticism of coaching Vallejo and the style of play, that's an issue with guys this age, man. And I'm looking at teams that they're about to play. There's not too many that play like the Clippers and me on Saturday mornings at the gym.
No, I mean, the Warriors have yet to play OKC, one of the most athletic teams in the league. They've yet to play San Antonio, one of the more athletic teams in the league. So I think that's something absolutely worth keeping an eye on.
And that's all you can do.
Maybe last night the Warriors lost the game because they don't have enough athleticism. The heck with the experience. We know they got experience, but that alone's not going to be able to win them every game, obviously. So and again, you look at it sounds to me like Draymond, Steph, and Butler were very ordinary.
And that's a great word.
Okay.
And Draymond, especially with the size that he was having to deal with and dudes that could shoot.
So on Tuesday, the young guys step up in a 20-point win against the Clippers. And last night, the young players weren't good enough to carry a so-so big three.
Or I keep going to Coach in Vallejo. Last night might have been a night to where you wanted to give Kaminga some more of the pie. And I got to commend JK for not forcing the 11 shots. But that stood out to me, Steiny. He kind of had it going. It was sketchy. He wasn't bad by any stretch, but he athletically, he could meet what Milwaukee had.
Well, he played 34 minutes.
Yeah. So, is that on Kaminga to feel like read the game and the coach shouldn't have to tell you to be more aggressive? Or
I see 5 turnovers. Were they aggressive?
Were
they lazy?
Coach tried to say it's 10, no big deal. But no, 2 of your prominent dudes, your scores, the 10 turnovers is going to get you beaten. Milwaukee had 27 points off of Warrior turnovers.
That's
so it's one thing to turn it over, and then you're not defending at the other end. That's a double whammy.
And I'm looking at their 3-point shooting, 34%. Look, they came into last night's game shooting 48 from the field. They shot 42. They came into last night's game shooting over 40 from 3. They shot 34, and they made all their free throws. But if you look at their early season shooting numbers, they are extremely impressive. But the Warriors aren't going to shoot 42% all year from 3-point range.
Right.
No team's going to do that. So maybe they benefited from some good shooting early. They're going to have to figure that.
Yeah.
They're going to have to figure that out. But 4-2 is still 4-2. I think you take it any day of the week. 888-957-9570 is the number. The Warriors Summit is Thursday, November 6th, live from Jack's Restaurant and Bar in Pleasant Hill. All hosts are going to be together again discussing another Warriors season. We're going to be 9 games into the season by next Thursday, just to give it a little bit different flavor. Willard and Dibbs from 2 to 4, and then all the hosts from 4 to 6. It is the Warriors Summit, and it's live from Jack's Restaurant and Bar. We'll have great prizes to give away, drink specials, and your chance to meet all the hosts on the same day. Jack's Restaurant and Bar, Pleasant Hill, Thursday, November 6th. We'll see you there.
When selecting a financial institution, how do you know you're making the right choice? As Bay Area bank customers find themselves at a crossroads, maybe it's good to consider if you want your bank to be community-oriented or corporate-minded. Fremont Bank has grown by providing stable, consistent service to the region, its families, and its businesses for 60 years, all without a single merger. And we intend for more of the same for the next 60. Fremont Bank. Here for you, here for good.
Are you curious about who offers the best deals on top-rated Samsung, LG, and Sony TVs? The answer is surprising. It's not online, and it's not the warehouse clubs. The best deals on top-rated TVs are at Video Only. Don't believe it? Then check out the trade-in deals at Video Only. How about $500 for your old TV? Try doing that online. Before you buy that new TV, drop into video only. If you don't, you'll be sorry.
Tune in to 95.7 The Game for Warriors Live, 60 minutes before tip-off. Every Warriors game throughout the season as we get ready for the action. Presented by Xfinity, your home court advantage. Brought to you by Xfinity. Watch all your favorite teams all in one place. Xfinity, imagine that.
Hey, Bay Area, slam dunk and save lives with Stanford Blood Center. Donate blood during October, and you'll be automatically entered to win tickets to the Golden State Warriors game on Christmas Day. Every time you donate, you could help up to 3 people, bringing strength and support to individuals and families when they need it most. This is our way of saying thank you for being a hero in your community. Visit StanfordBloodCenter.org to learn more and schedule your donation today. That's StanfordBloodCenter.org.
Hi, I'm John with Jack's Restaurant and Bar. My brothers and I recorded our first commercial a while back. It got a little chaotic, so I'm here today.
What's going on here, bro?
Are you recording a commercial without us? Guys, no, I'm just trying to what? Take all the credit for our half-pound all-natural burgers?
Or the best fish and chips
or
around?
7 mac and cheeses and 14 sandwiches, including a French dip that will change your life?
Or homemade meatloaf, pot roast, and next-level lamb chops?
Or that people can order takeout and delivery by visiting ilovejacks.com? Guys, no, I'm
just went behind our backs.
I knew he would.
Wait till we tell Mom.
Oh, please don't tell Mom.
Real family, great food, ilovejacks.com.
This is Chris Dolan.
And I'm Vanessa Deniston, senior attorney from the Dolan Law Firm. Chris, what's with all these out-of-town personal injury firms coming into the Bay Area with these catchy jingles and funny names?
Unlike the Dolan Law Firm, most of these firms are from out of state or in L.A.
The Dolan Law Firm is headquartered right here in San Francisco, going on 30 years.
We live here, we work here, we win here. The Dolan Law Firm, we're the best lawyers we hope you'll never need. DolanLawFirm.com.
Celebrating 40 years with extraordinary rewards. Since our humble beginnings, we've believed in setting the standard for luxury, entertainment, and hospitality. This year, we invite you to be part of a defining moment in our story. Join us as we celebrate 4 decades of excellence and experience the unparalleled luxury that has made us a legend. Indulge in the extraordinary. Be part of our legacy. Cash in at Cache Creek Casino Resort.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's carsforkids.org.
Some people just know you can save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check the weather first, before wearing face paint to the game.
Bro, your Go Cats is dripping into your nachos.
Oh, and now paint is in my eyes.
Interception! Did you see that?
No! Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first and see what you could save. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Potential savings vary, including based on how you buy, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Nobody had to tell your grandparents not to drive while using their typewriters. Why should it be any different for us kids and our cell phones? Distracted driving was the cause of more than 3,000 deaths in 2022. Come on, we're smarter than this. Let's put down the phones and focus on the roads. Drive safe, everybody.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
In San Jose today, early clouds, then sun with a high of 73 degrees.
Weather brought to you by Robert Half. Our recruiters' expertise and award-winning AI will find you the skilled candidates you want. At Robert Half, we know talent. Visit roberthalf.com/talent today. Join Spadoni, Shasky, Steiny, Guru, Willard, and Dibbs for the Blue and Gold Summit live at Jackson Pleasant Hill Thursday, November 6th. Willard and Dibbs from 2 to 4, the Summit 4 to 6. Talk hoops, grab a drink, and enjoy happy hour specials only at Jackson Pleasant Hill on November 6th. Don't miss it.
It's on by Kuzma. Gets a nice screen by Payton. Throws it over to Buddy Hield. Attacking Green. Out to Horford. One more Kaminga. Catch and shoot. Left corner three is good. JK, 2 of 3 from downtown. And the Warriors on an 8-0 run, 49-45. The Bucks lead down to 4-14 for Kaminga.
Coming to you live from the Laughing Monk Studios. You're listening to Steiny and Guru on 95.7 The Game.
All right, thanks, Steve. Kevin Dano on the call last night on 95.7 The Game.
Cash me out one time.
Looking forward to doing this right now because I can finally do it. Boxer and Gerson work injury attorneys text line. Steiny. So I guess the Warriors are supposed to win every game this season now, right? They have to be perfect. I didn't even watch the game. I don't even know what you're talking about.
Maybe they're talking to me.
Think they're going to win every game?
No, but you should win that game with no Giannis. Well, that's just me. In my world. But I want to give a Warrior some credit. It's early, Steiny, 6 games, obviously. Can you guess Kaminga's percentage from deep?
Oh, I don't know, but it's going to be, it might be less impressive than what he's shooting from the line.
Let's just say the answer has Michael Jordan effect.
35?
40. That's Durant. 45. That was the memory award, that crap number. 45% for Kaminga.
No, he's off
lab
to a great
work.
Yeah, now don't expect him to finish at 45, but if he did, it'd be a great shooting year.
Dude, 45.
Dude, you wouldn't believe what just happened.
To you? No, to...
I'm the worst.
Now, you are at times. What happened?
So we have a new salesman in here, Dylan Steinberg.
He's spunky. I like him.
And when we met, he said, yeah, they used to call me Steiny. This was a couple months ago. And I was like,
what?
Well, yeah, he's like, there's only one Steiny here, pal. And you're younger, too, so that's out. Anyway, for whatever reason, I haven't seen him in a while, and I saw him, and he came in today, and I'm like, hey, what's up, Ryan? He goes, that's not even my name.
Oh, no.
I'm like, Ryan Sternberg. He goes, no, Dylan Steinberg. And I just felt awful.
Oh, man.
I just felt awful.
You got to do something for him.
Now, to be fair, his first question to Steiny, do you remember what that was?
No clue.
What do you do here?
Oh, that's true.
Oh, my God.
That is true.
So you don't got to apologize. That right there,
don't
you little
feel
rascal.
Too bad.
Did the man ask you, what do you do here?
What do you do here?
Let's just say he's not a P1. Wow.
So
you did what I did to Sarah, calling her Crystal.
Well,
that was embarrassing.
The story's not over.
Oh, what's going on?
So I just went into the men's room, and I walk in, and I see Dylan. He was washing his hands. He had his back to me. And so I started going number one, and I had my back to him. And so I said, dude, I'm sorry. Dylan Steinberg. Of course I know your name. My bad, buddy. And the guy says, don't worry about it, but I'm not Dylan Steinberg.
Dude, that guy?
It was the guy from KCBS that looks a little like
God.
He's shooting blanks today. Good Lord.
It was like it was the news director from KCBS.
And there should in proper etiquette as you went Spray Thompson, there shouldn't be a lot of communication in the restroom.
He was washing his hands.
You weren't. Just focus on what you're doing. Then you get it wrong. Dude, you got 8 turnovers today.
I know.
He didn't even look like him.
From the back a little bit.
But how could you see him if you're facing the wall?
Because I walked in, he had his back to me, I saw, and then... Now, do I get any credit for both those guys are from New York?
Thank you.
No.
Hey, I got to get the little guy some credit. What is this, Steinberg? That's Steiny.
Steinberg,
yeah.
Yep. It's not. And I don't even want to joke around about this. By the way, I bet you don't even know this. There's a dude who does podcasts named Steiny. And he's like,
there's no way.
He's got like one of the biggest podcasts going.
Well, if Evan and
Carter's shaking his head, that means he definitely knows
the
who he
Nelk Boys, yeah, and he's the lowest of the low.
Oh man,
not the one you want to associate with Steiny.
Okay, well,
but Carter, what's it? Real quick, what's it? Pop culture? What?
Yeah, it's just all pop culture. They had Michael Porter Jr. on, I think, within the last month.
They have a lot of.
He had 30 the other night.
They have a lot of.
They lost.
Questionable type people on.
Steiny. Hey, you told me you might be on a popular former athletes podcast. Is that for air or can we have some fun?
Well,
it's Friday.
I guess it is now.
Well, I didn't say names. Say it. You got to do this.
Huh?
Are you going to do it?
I don't know. You know how this works. I got to jump through hoops.
Why?
Because
it's your personality.
Odyssey.
Nobody owns you. Well, tell them who it is.
All right, so
Odyssey doesn't own the podcast, though.
That's the problem.
Oh, God.
Now we could certainly try to get it like we did with Draymond Green, but so you know my agent friend, Peter Schaefer.
And I know his agent, his guys he's represented.
So one of his former clients,
oh boy, Evan,
does a podcast called Politely Raw.
I like it.
And it's a former NFL player along with a moderator, and apparently the moderator may not be back with them this year.
Wow.
And I know Pete from college, and he's like, would you have any interest in maybe moderating a podcast with
this ain't goo
with the guy on Politely Raw?
And tell him who it is.
So have you ever heard of Pac-Man Jones?
Adam Pac-Man Jones. Yeah. Hell yeah, we have.
So he's got a podcast, and
they blow trees on that.
Oh my God! They use profanity.
That's the world.
So I ran it by the boss, and
what'd he say?
That's where ideas go to die in his office. Damn. So I don't anticipate. You know what? This is one of those things where it's like, yeah, you can't do it. How come? You just can't. Why not? Well, that's not our policy. Why not? That's not your contract. Sorry.
But I gotta remember one day you told me you couldn't do TV. It hurt. But I think Steiny at the Ship would work with Adam Pack. Like this Steiny, you gotta be loose and let them fly. You gotta be relaxed. You know what I mean? Having Pac-Man Jones on there blowing bloods.
So apparently, Pete goes, send me a couple shows. I want Pac-Man to hear you on the radio. And, I told him you've been covering sports for a while. He's kind of sarcastic.
So you work with a brother.
Like him.
Yeah.
Well, I think he'll be able to tell. Apparently, Pac-Man's going to listen to a couple of our shows.
We should have him call in.
We should have him call in.
Pac-Man, he was good, man.
Was he?
Yeah.
Because I started reading his Wikipedia bio, and it said Adam Pac-Man Jones was a former NFL player marred by legal issues.
Hey, don't talk about that. Yeah. Two sides to every story, Stoney.
Anyway.
Dude, Niners got a football game.
Yeah, let me take Garrett in Berkeley, and we can go talk some Niners. Garrett in Berkeley. What's up, buddy?
How are you, gentlemen?
Hey.
If we're still talking about last night's game, I just wanted to throw in, like what you said, never been a basketball team in history that went undefeated. You win some, you lose some, and you can't kind of take away the impact of five nights over 8 nights they played, a back-to-back, 2 nice wins at home, then you got to travel across the country. And, they have their moments to get some momentum, which is a game of momentum, and the shots hit the front of the rim. And just one of those nights it wasn't their night, but it's too small of a sample size to really worry too much. Kind of like move on to the next game type of thing.
Wow. I ain't mad at him.
Yeah, appreciate it.
But Evan wasn't here. Carter was in here, and I'm going to do it because I kind of liked it, Steiny. Just talk, and I'll get to it and let Evan know what I'm talking about.
You know what I want to do?
What?
Everybody's saying, this Warrior schedule's like jail. They got to take a shower, get on an airplane, and maybe sometime a bus, Evan, and brush their teeth. But I just looked at the schedule, Evan. It's early. They got a game November 1st, the 4th, the 5th, the 7th, the 9th, the 11th, the 12th, the 14th, the 16th. You get my drift. Like there's no Christmas break coming.
Well, I do think it's been intentional that at about every press conference or every other, pre or post, we've heard Steve Kerr mentioned 3rd and 4 nights, 5 and 8 nights. I think last night he said 6 and 10 nights. Like he's trying to let us know, or maybe someone with the NBA know, that this schedule is utterly ridiculous.
Do you two reside with that now? Because, is there something there with are the Warriors getting, not the Kerr saying that, but to Evan's point, an older team like this, like the dates I read, and they're coming too fast and furious. Shout out Tyrese.
At the end of the year, they're all going to end up with 82 games. So it's going to even out. What are we doing here?
Evan to that. Like, how long is he going to, man, I'm wondering, man. Because I didn't have that as a big deal. They'll get through it.
Speaking of podcasts.
Yeah.
Here's the other thing I was thinking about. All right, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if this would be a full-time role or maybe a weekly appearance on 3 specific podcasts. So I'm thinking about it. I'm like, who's got some big podcasts out there?
Butcher?
Okay, big podcasts.
Shout out, John.
Think about this. Draymond Green has a podcast, right?
Wow.
It's really good. Who else has a podcast?
Matt Barnes and Stack.
All the Smoke. Who else has a podcast?
Arenas.
They're all Warriors. They all came through the Warriors.
Damn.
And I'm thinking to myself, you know what? I like all those guys. I like them all. I like Draymond. I like Arenas. But, like, they just get to talk unchecked about stuff that went on that I know damn well didn't come down the way they are talking about it. Like, nobody challenges Baron Davis and Jackson and Barnes when they're talking about the old Warrior days and there's a way away. I'm like, you guys.
So how do you do that?
Who's the guy?
You know Ritter.
Who's the guy on that used to do the show where at the end he'd come in and he'd say everybody's mistake.
Yeah,
that's what I should do.
Yeah,
that's what I should do. I should go onto their show and just say, I'm going to listen to your show, and then at the end I'll tell you all the times you guys were full of crap.
But you know, as you get older, and I do this, Evan's not at the age yet, but maybe with his ERA, as you get older, things you forget. Like the time I got jumped, it was 3 guys, but Evan, as I get older, it was 6. And I averaged about 3 points in my hoop career at Logan. But as you get older, Steiny, I tell my son 8 or 9, you know, so they're misremembering, but it comes with the territory.
There's also a common denominator between all 3 of those guys.
Among all 4 of those guys. And it's that they were the pro athletes.
Among all 4?
Yeah.
No, that's not what he's talking about. The Barack Obama.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, you're
or the
right.
Snoop Dogg.
You know, it's like it's such a they're doing a podcast and they're, you know, a couple times they'll bring up, remember the game in Phoenix the year after We Believe where
give me an example.
They had to win a game and they had 2 more games left. They had to win them both, and they went to Phoenix, and Baron Davis was the day after his birthday, and Nelson didn't even play him, and they ended up losing. And let's talk about that.
Potentially fraudulent said, Steiny, should we get Terry Stott in here to audit your F&M stories? Oh.
How would he know? Does he mean Finch?
No, he said.
What would Terry Stotts know about Franklin and Marshall? He went to Oklahoma, I believe.
I thought I had you, too. I was like, he didn't go to F&M.
No, you're listening to 95.7 The Game, KGMZ FM and HD1 San Francisco, an Odyssey station, always live on the free Odyssey app, now broadcasting from the Laughing Monk studio.
I got to tell you, you let me down, though. I thought there was a different reason you wanted to be on there.
Terry Scott.
Okay.
He was my center.
All right. I need glasses.
He was in my supporting cast. What do you want? You can't say I let you down and then just say silent.
No, because you're being a hater. You want to correct them. I thought you were bringing something to the podcast. No, you don't want to be the guy.
Evan?
No, the guys on the podcast that you would join. You don't want to be that dude. You got it wrong. Yeah, it actually was a Thursday.
Well, this is the most.
You don't want to be that. You do it 5 days a week here. You don't want to be that guy. Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's what my brother calls me. Oh, you're the arbiter? Oh, you're the arbiter of sports? You know everything about sport? I'm like, shut up, Bob. Idiot. What was I going to say? It was about
the podcast.
No.
You don't want to be that guy.
Oh, like, I want to be that guy, but like, I can't do it. It's going to make me sound very arrogant. Like, miss me with a We Believe documentary with these guys putting it together.
Oh, it is just
give me one sliver of objectivity.
There's 2 docs that one was made, How the Kings Were Saved, then Kevin Johnson got in his trouble and it went down the drain.
Yeah.
I want to watch that. And
that just came out? Or is it?
No,
it's
they won't release it. How about that? Because all the stuff that went in with
I haven't heard this.
Yeah, well, I'm in sack. And the We Believe. How can you not?
It should be.
Do you think they have the footage?
Of course. Oh
then
my
what's
God,
going
yes.
on?
Those guys, they couldn't finish a project.
But BD's in L.A.
Done.
Jessica Alba is his friend. He's in Hollywood. Like, that is a bad look.
650, the game after Barron's birthday? Yes, the game after Barron's birthday.
Was in Phoenix?
Yep.
They got after it?
I'm not divulging unless I'm on that podcast.
I'll look at you.
Let's just say I saw some people midway through that night. Let's just put it that way. We can move on.
Snitches get stitched. It's too late now. Nobody cares.
None, Horford.
Dude, did you really see him get after it? It's natural.
I mean, I've told this story. The truth is the truth, and it is
that could be a podcast.
So it was the day before Phoenix, and it was Barron's birthday.
Let's go.
And they were having a function for him outside the hotel.
Cheesecake Factory?
No. It was almost like I think it was like a big tent.
Yeah.
But it was early. It was real early. It was like, it started like 7:30, and everybody was invited. And I was doing sidelines.
I love it.
So we got invited, and I was like, well, I don't even have a gift for him. So
gosh.
So I went out and I bought a card. And I said, happy birthday. And I just said, hey, he was great that season.
You bought him a card?
Yeah.
It's the wackest thing. Why would you feel compelled to give your report? Go ahead, Stoney. I'm sorry.
First of all, I was kind of on the payroll at that
understand.
point.
Did you put a 20 in it?
No.
It's why you didn't have to get a card.
Well, he was like, come by. I saw he's like, come by. All the guys are coming by.
So did you sign it,
yes.
Steiny?
Yeah, and I said, happy birthday. I said, I want to thank you, because he had just joined the team a year and a half ago.
He's not turning 14.
He didn't have kids. Who do you think you are, Steiny, to go get him out? I bet he put it on his chimney.
I bet it's in the same place my F&M jersey is with Curry. The point is I was like, the guy invited me to his car. I don't want to come in empty-handed. So I gave him an envelope, and it just was like, happy birthday, Barron. I said, appreciate your cooperation over the last couple of years. You've been real fun to cover, and, appreciate your professionalism. And I had a drink, and he wasn't even drinking.
Yeah.
You stopped by Target on the way there?
No, I got it at the Ritz-Carlton little shop.
And you handed it to him, huh? It's just...
Yeah.
It's top 3 worst gift I've ever heard.
I'm really hurt.
No, but...
Don't you, guys.
You're not Bob Costas.
That car didn't leave the venue.
Oh, it didn't
leave. It may not have. All right. What would you have done?
Happy birthday, bud, and let's drink or keep it moving. To think you had to get him a card in his world. Hey, no, I'm serious. You got a good heart, but the fact that you thought, let me stop and get said athlete a card.
So it started at 7, and I'm sure I saw him after practice at 4:30, 5, and he was like, on the bus, he's like, hey, people coming out the pavilion should come out. I was like, all right, and then going out, I'm like, guys, it is his birthday. And this is the question.
I'm sorry.
The 650 said, what happened that night? I have no idea. I have no idea. I wasn't with him.
But what's the tall tale of it, or the
the tall tale is that it was Barron's birthday. Like I said, the party was at about the thing outside the hotel was at 7. It was early, and that was for team. They didn't go to bed after that. In fact, they weren't even really drinking. They weren't even really drinking at that point.
Gotcha.
Did you see him? You handed him the card?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Was that the last you saw of him?
No, I've seen him since.
No, that night. After you gave him the card.
Yeah. And he was completely functional. I mean, he wasn't. Yeah. He was completely sober. It was early in the night. I don't know what happened later in the night.
Gesture by
but then I watched the next game, and I don't know what happened to him. Because he didn't play very much.
Right.
It was a must-win game, and Don Nelson's like, you're not playing. He only played, if you look at the box, he was...
Like a Moody last night.
Yes.
Wow.
So
Did he ever speak on that, Barron?
I think it's just kind of out there.
I got you. All right, I got you.
You just kind of let it there.
Yeah. Oh, my man.
The audacity.
Steiny, you bought a card. That is incredible.
I got to tell you, this is what bothers me. It's like you play that Jimmy Butler, the audacity. The audacity would have been showing up without anything. Don't you think?
You could just thank him for everything he's done for you, his professionalism, shake his hand, and say you appreciate him inviting you to his birthday.
And I put it in a card.
Was there a brownie? Because it feels like you were trying to score brownie points.
I knew him already.
That's my whole
he
point.
Had been there
you didn't
for a
need
year.
a card. Happy birthday, bud. Thanks for having me. Verbal. Hey, open it. Signed by
I didn't
Steiny.
know. I didn't know. No, he did not open it in front of me. He may have never opened it. I
believe I would bet on that.
I have no idea if he opened it or not. It doesn't matter. I handed it to him, though.
You're the man. You think he would remember that if you just ran into him?
That's a good question.
I would, if I ever run into him. Remember my partner's
He'll never remember the card, but he'll remember. And I don't know how much of the night he'll remember, but
it might be a blur. I got you. Oh man,
he's one of my favorites. Yeah, Barron.
He's a cool dude.
Well, we know you got him a card.
Man,
you know it's funny. I saw him. God, this must have been I don't know when he retired, like 14 or 15 or I don't know, but it was then a year later. He hadn't played for a year and a half, and it was during the Durant era, and it was at the old Oakland Arena.
Okay.
It wasn't at Chase, and I saw him. We started talking. He goes, "Hey man, why don't you write a story, man? Warriors need a backup point guard for Steph." I'm ready. I'm like, "What do you mean?" He's like,
Please tell me you did it.
I said, He said, I haven't retired.
Okay. He
said, I'm ready to go, but he wasn't signed. Yeah, I wrote it. Of course.
Now he definitely remembers you. Apollo Crews, Steiny, legend has it, Barron still has that card.
Yeah, again, it's with my F&M jersey.
Oh, man. That's pretty good.
What did the card say, Steiny? I said that already. It said, thanks for your cooperation over the last year or so. You've been a pleasure to deal with, and appreciate your professionalism.
Right. He wasn't going into the hall, right? Oh, man.
Now, had his birthday been the following day, I probably wouldn't have mentioned his professionalism. Keep in mind, when I said I appreciated his professionalism, it was before they went out that night.
Oh, man.
Anyway.
Yeah.
There you go.
No Brock Purdy, huh?
No. Well,
dude, do we need to just get used to this? Like, do you want to see him like I do? I'm macked out.
Well, you and I are different. I can't control it. I mean, yeah, would I like to see him? Sure, all things being equal.
Let's to see where he's at. There. Yeah, see where he's at and how the offense looks. Is it the same, any different? But, dude, do you expect when that day does come?
Of course.
Is his mobility, shout out AT&T, is his mobility going to be what it used to be? That's why I feel like that's the other shoe to drop. Steiny, can he do that?
Well, we'll never know that until we see him play. But if you want to talk about whether he can or he can't, we can do that. I also want to talk about something Phil Simms said the other day, which I found
always
interesting.
Loved Phil.
You actually found it really interesting. So we'll get into some Niners.
And Vitello. You didn't tell me what you thought of his presser. You guys play it here?
Yeah, we talked about it all yesterday.
Willard had a question, and that's what life's about.
I'll let you tell me what you think of Vitello. I've given my thoughts. I can reiterate, but you weren't here yesterday, so I'm interested to hear what you have to say about it. And Niners play the Giants Sunday. They're 5-3. Big game. What's coming up on the game is brought to you by Fremont Bank. Here for you, here for good.
Bay Area, what's up? It's your guy, Bonte Hill, shouting out my friends at Ceremony Ford. If you think you missed your chance to save on an electric ride, think again. Ceremony Ford is dropping a deal you don't want to sleep on. You can lease a 2025 Mustang Mach-E Premium with extended range for just $299 a month. Yeah, you heard that right. An all-electric Mustang for under $300 a month. And if electric's not your vibe, no worries, my friends. Ceremony's got a massive lineup of new and pre-owned Fords ready to roll. F-150s, Broncos, Escapes, you name it. Right now, I'm rolling in the Explorer myself, and man, I love it. And let me tell you, these folks don't play games or haggle. Just good, honest people taking care of Bay Area drivers like you and me. So swing by Ceremony Ford, right off 280 on Ceremony Boulevard, or check out that Mach-E lease for just $299 a month at ceremonyford.com. Ceremony Ford, you bet you're in Ford store.
Change is always happening. It's part of life. And when it comes to music, change is all around us. Songs are rewritten. Classics are remixed. Bands and artists come and go. Even our taste in music changes. Here at Xfinity, we know there's still good in keeping some things the same. That's why we want to do our part with a 5-year price guarantee on our internet. It means no matter what changes, you get 5 years of the most reliable Wi-Fi with our best equipment included for a price that stays exactly the same. Surprised? Life is full of them. One internet price, 5 years, guaranteed. Learn more at xfinity.com/deals. Restrictions apply. New residential customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed Broadband Experience Report, August 2024.
Cool cars, cool people, good times. Cruise on out to the Good Guys 35th Fuel Curve Autumn Get-Together. November 8th and 9th at the Alameda County Fairgrounds in Pleasanton. Over 2,500 of the Bay Area's coolest American-made and powered show cars and trucks of all years. Good Guys Autocross racing action. A metal-crunching Hayward Firefighters Charity Demo Derby. Nitro Thunderfest and more. November 8th and 9th at the Alameda County Fairgrounds. Be there. Details at good-guys.com.
Oh, and that's a hard foul. Let's listen for the call on the floor.
The taxpayer owes back taxes. Penalties and interest are assessed and wage garnishments to begin immediately.
The IRS never misses that call. I wonder if they will challenge it.
The call is under review.
Priority Tax Relief has been called in for a review. Priority is the best in the business at negotiating your tax debt and has even eliminated the debt for some clients. Priority Tax Relief is saving their clients millions of dollars every month.
After a careful review from Priority Tax Relief, the debt has been eliminated. No foul on the play.
That completely changes the game, folks.
If you owe more than $5,000, call Priority Tax Relief, and in minutes they'll review your case for free with a direct line to the IRS to see if you qualify for life-changing relief. No more worrying about wage garnishments or frozen bank accounts. Call Priority Tax Relief today at 800-490-9877. That's 800-490-9877.
We make your tax relief our priority.
Call now.
Priority Tax Relief.
Americans pay about $5 billion to control termites and repair their damage every year. Many people underestimate exactly how much damage they do. Call Pacific Coast Termite today at 800-PACIFIC for a free home inspection. Certain restrictions apply. No tenting, though. No double bagging your food. No pet sitting. Mention KCBS and get 10% off termite treatments and a 2-year guarantee on their work. Call 800-PACIFIC. 800-PACIFIC or go to PacificCoastTermite.com.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio.
Let me tell you about this new Pretzel Cheddar Club. Hey, I'm Carlos.
And I'm Ebony. And a little thing we love about the Chick-fil-A Pretzel Cheddar Club
is the tangy Dijon with the pretzel bun. It takes it to a whole nother level.
It goes perfectly with the chicken and the cheddar cheese and the bacon.
Man, you know how much you love bacon. And I love the different varieties. Grilled, spicy, original. It gets you nice and excited for fall.
Order the Pretzel Cheddar Club with Cherry Berry and Sprite for a limited time on the Chick-fil-A app. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
I'm Piera Palazzolo, VP of Digital Marketing for the American Management Association, a company focused on the management training skills needed to enhance the careers of business professionals. We did our research when it came to the best companies for website development and chose AmericanEagle.com. And we couldn't be happier. AmericanEagle.com worked closely with us to understand the front and back end requirements needed to launch an e-commerce website that could handle the complexities of running thousands of seminars nationwide. Our robust new website and improved SEO saw immediate increases in site traffic and web revenue. If you're in need of managerial effectiveness and success, visit our website at amanet.org. If you're in need of a website that provides an unparalleled consumer experience, I highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Transform your business today.
Dial 877-WEB-NOW-1 for a free digital consultation with AmericanEagle.com.
Red and Gold Game Day starts at Laughing Monk Brewing. Park for free. Enjoy amazing food, ice-cold beer, and every game on TV. Catch 95.7 The Game's pregame show. Then hop on the free shuttle straight to the stadium. Sign up now at 957thegame.com.
Rebound Kaminga, his fourth of the contest, to go along with 14 points. Picked up by Rollins across the timeline. Right side of the floor. Left-hand handle. Trying to burst down Broadway. Dishing out to Buddy. Jab step on Trent. Slides past him. Up over Turner on the layup. No tap follow. Yes, it drops in for Butler. And the Warriors are on a 12-2 run to cut the deficit to 51-49.
You're listening to Steiny and Guru on 95.7 The Game. Coming to you live from the Laughing Monk Studios.
I love that one, but I always forget he went overtime on that read with the Laughing Monk stuff. Thanks to Jimmy Butler. Warriors got beat 120-110 last night.
He's a great pump faker.
He is, actually. He got me off my feet.
Yes, he has.
He got me off my feet for sure. We got some Dubs thoughts here. You want to keep up with the Dubs for a little bit, and then we'll turn to the Niners? What do you want to do?
Well, you guys got me thinking about this schedule. If this is going to the Warriors schedule, thank you. If this is going to be consistent or something that we need to buckle up and get ready for the beginning of games or the lack of energy. So we talked about the two timelines, and right now I'm bringing that up because I feel like they are gelling better than any hair commercial. And you should have a way, or there should be a way, to avoid what happened last night. And again, we'll just say it was a bad game, but man, Steiny, they cannot come out tomorrow against Indiana, and I know they're banged up and winless, and just not have fans and host or myself look at that game like, I don't give a damn what air was let out of any balloon. When you find out Giannis Antetokounmpo is not playing, you need to take them behind the woodshed. And you're good enough to do that. And they didn't yesterday. And Steph had 27 and 6, 4-10 from 3. I get it. Kaminga had 24 and 8. I guess my point, when you look at those numbers and Jimmy had 23, Steiny, does that concern you more that those three guys put something up in the box score and you still weren't able to win the game?
Clearly,
I
mean, clearly though, I'm looking at that box score and it looks like Steph was ordinary for Steph. I'm looking at Draymond's line. He couldn't have been great with that line and the Bucks scoring 120. And Butler's numbers looked fine, but even he was under 50%. He likes to be more efficient, more efficient than that. So here's what I would say.
And Kerr's on with Willard and Dibbs at 3:30 today.
Thank you for saying that. Mm-hmm. Yes, Steve Kerr, 3:30 with Willard and Dibbs. And, there's two things. Zucci Main here on the Boxer and Gerson work injury attorney's text line said, do we have to say it was a bad game, or can we give the Bucks reserves credit and say they played a great game? I think we can do both, quite frankly. But I look, the Warriors are going to have at least 12 of these games this year because every team has 12 of these games. The question to me is this, with how early we are in the season, okay, it's a clunker. You just had a clunker. But it's too close to this back-to-back for me to just say the back-to-back had nothing to do with it. So we move on, and they have a back-to-back next week. And I don't know, maybe they'll feel more fatigue the third night of a 4-game stretch than they will the second of a back-to-back. I don't know. This is the theme of the season, and the Warriors know it's a theme of the season.
Well, I hear you. And the last time they got blown out in Portland was last Friday, a week ago, Stoney, and that was off a back-to-back. Steph had 35, but the bottom line, it didn't culminate to win. So do you put your Warrior pen and notes away and just say nothing here matters stylistically, or because the Warriors are an older team and they're on a back-to-back, so you're not going to get a good gauge? Or are you telling Warrior fans, like I expected, Steiny, yesterday, for them to kick Milwaukee's ass, even with Giannis?
So what does it tell you that they didn't?
That the booby traps are, and it's early. I don't know if it's anything to do with travel. It's only 2 games, but your 2 losses have come on the road. And if you get some young, spunky teams, somebody might have a career day on you like Ryan Rollins had, and that's what bothers me. A guy like that should not, and I know you said he's been playing well, and he can't step in for Giannis and give the Warriors the business and be the main reason that the Bucks win a game at home against you. That's what I don't like. And I kind of said it to you all when it was Luka, when it was Gordon, and who else put up some numbers? Harden first half because they stopped the second half. But, man, I don't like that. That Ryan Rollins bothers me. So now I'm looking tomorrow just to see, who's going to come up for, or any of the Pacers. Like, yeah, we get to older Warriors. Let's go.
Well, this is the other thing that happens when you get off to a 4-1 start and everybody's talking about how great this team looks, and people are already talking about a playoff run that's going to get to the Western Conference Finals. And the reality is we watched 1 week of the season play out, and now it's week 2, and they've just put up a clunker. And it's all about, is this going to be a trend or not? That's what this is all about. Is it a bad game, or do we start to see some trends with this team?
Well, I said,
and we won't know until we see them play a couple more games.
Well, we got to project, and I'm on record as saying I think this team can win over 50 wins. We got to bet, and Stoney, I think this team could get to the Western Conference Finals, and that was all predicated on me thinking they'll handle this. So it could be, yes and no to your question. I don't expect this to be a trend, and that's why I feel like they can get to and reach those heights. But if you're telling me now travel, and you're not, but if this keeps up, then I omitted that in my formula for what this team could do in the regular season, because now you're telling me it's not just the opponent, it's the travel, it's the timing of the game, that's what I didn't like. And Al Horford looked just like last night and how he's looked the last couple of nights. Like, now he's not just fitting in for me, but, Steiner, you got to start him to get the best or maximize him at this age.
I guess what is extremely frustrating at times is and we talked about it for months and months and months, and that is their age. Okay, their age is an issue. We all know that. Outside of age, what are their issues? They're not athletic. They're not big. They're not overly quick.
Those are startling.
They're not fast.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Well, then why did you think, or do you think, they're going to roll to 55 wins and get to the Western Conference Finals without letting some games play out to see if this has staying power?
Because 2 guys, to me, have capes. That's Jimmy Butler and that's Steph Curry. And when you have capes, Steiny, a cape, you got superpowers. And I'm thinking just with those 2 guys along, with some of Draymond Green and what we've seen from Kaminga thus far, I expect even on a bad day, you can go to the office and close and suffocate a Milwaukee team without their best player.
Well, I'm also, let's be honest, Miles Turner's a damn good player.
Yes, he is.
Bobby Portis is a damn good player. Really good bench player.
But just imagine, to that point, did you think of that when you got the announcement from Evan when he put on the thread that Giannis wasn't playing? It wasn't even about who was left for Milwaukee. It was about the greatness and the threat that was Giannis. I expected them to win.
What's the Warriors' I'll bet the Warriors' record without Steph Curry over the last 2 years ain't that bad.
Well, I think last year it might have been around 500, if not 500.
How'd the Warriors do it? So, this is something that a lot of teams run into. Let's go to CJ in Sacramento. Hey, CJ. How you doing, man? What's going on?
Steiner, Goo Man, what up?
Hey.
Hey, man. First off, happy Halloween. Hey, look, man. I love 95.7 the game, right? I love me some Steiny and Guru.
Oh boy, I'm bracing. Go ahead.
But I want to cuss so bad right now, but I won't.
Okay.
This is a general problem, not just, the show or the fans of the show or anyone else, but Warriors fans, man, are so freaking spoiled. I've heard so many the sky is falling takes, since last night, and one of the 5 of the most dominant dynasties in NBA history. Tried being a Kings fan, man. One fluke season in 8 years.
Wow.
A moron owner. And this ain't like me, like Sack versus the Bears. I love the Niners, the Sharks. I went to UC Berkeley. Give me my drop. Go Cowboys on the Bears. But please zoom the hell out for 5 seconds, man, because y'all have it great. That's all I wanted to say. I love y'all.
Thanks, CJ. We love you too, man.
No, man.
Is anybody going to disagree with him?
Well, I got to say this first. Do you really need to say Happy Halloween?
Sure, why not?
Happy Thanksgiving.
I'm done criticizing stuff that I shouldn't be mad at. Yeah, sure, Happy Halloween.
Yeah.
My daughter said they're trick-or-treating as we speak in London.
Be careful and check your candy. Now, to his point, I mean, that's the light.
No,
that's serious.
I don't know if you have. Have you ever been robbed for candy?
Robbed.
I
yes.
used to hang out
that's
with
not
dudes
what he's talking about, I think.
I thought that's what he was talking about.
I think he's talking about the old razor blade in the Reese's cup. And I must tell you.
All the weirdos, Evan, that doctored the candy and you could get some stuff thinking we're back in the 80s
he
and we're
doesn't
not.
know what we're talking about, I'll bet.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I thought you were talking about, like, when I was 13, I got robbed for my candy.
Yeah, no. And I
that's
used
not
to
what
know
we're talking
guys
about.
in the unit they would come. I never liked it and participated, but, they would do that stuff, E.
Now, what Goo meant,
it's not
Evan,
cool.
When we were coming up.
It's not.
Right, but this is something different.
I got
when
you.
we were coming up, you would get a bag of candy, you would take it home, and they would suggest you break open all the candy.
Every one.
Because there might be a razor blade in there.
Yeah.
I swear
What?
to Yes. I
swear to God. That's wild.
Yeah. And I'm down on humanity now. That's why I don't even, like Evan, what you said, I'm just telling you, Steiny, I live like this, but it's real.
Well, and I got news for you.
So don't Happy Halloween me. Be safe.
I'm just going to be honest with you. In all my years on this earth, not one time in my entire life has any child or parent said, "Oh no, Steiny, I found a razor blade." I don't believe that ever existed.
Well, what about Evan getting robbed?
That's different.
But
That's
still.
a punk teenager taking his candy. This is about some kind of sick adult putting a razor blade in a Reese's cup. And my point is, I just don't think that should have been something we were really, really worried about.
Okay. All right. Austin and San Jose, let me back to Wiggins. Do teams really, and I totally disagree with him, but I'm going to read it. Do teams really fear Jimmy Butler now? Yes.
Okay.
You got to account for him. He can control the game. But length is somewhat not his kryptonite. You can keep him at bay, which when I say keep him at bay, Stoney, not under the Bay Bridge, but you can kind of neutralize him, make it difficult.
Well, I want you to remember these things in times of glory. Okay,
Shout
just
out Denzel.
Remember these things.
Dude, I haven't changed my tune.
But
I'm
this
just
is the
disappointed.
thing. Like, Jimmy Butler, he's great. But now today we come in and he has limitations.
What about Minnesota in the playoffs when he didn't shoot those 2 games? I called him out. I was disappointed.
Well, then my point is factor in that Jimmy Butler is human and he's not going to be the Jimmy Butler you think he is.
So you think I got my expectations too high over 82? For the whole team,
you've put way too much into the first 5 or 6 games. What?
The guy said he wanted to cuss. I'm gonna say because I want to call you a fool,
and this is
because you're not allowing for me to go back to what was so luxurious last year in the regular season.
You're not making
the Warriors,
sense right
last year, the Warriors did the regular. They played with it. They pimp slapped the regular season when they got Jimmy. Every metric went their way, and nothing was fluke about it. They earned that.
According to you,
no. But so
according
when you
to
say
you, there was no
you
fluke
think I'm
to it.
drunk in love with 5 games, but it's going back to last year's regular season, partner.
Yeah, and
that's
guess what
I'm saying.
Dude? Guess what?
What?
They had an easy schedule when Butler got here. It was favorable.
But the margin of error was thin.
Then they played a young, athletic team, and they almost got beat. Like, I
allow me. All I'm saying is give
what?
I'm looking at a bigger. I got something. Now I need it. No, it's a bigger sample size. What is it?
Get a tissue. Well, why would you?
I got friends.
After 5 games, All right, let's go to.
It's not after 5. That's what you're missing.
No, this is what you do.
It's based off
you watch
of
the
5.
Warriors play a great couple of games. You say they're going to the Western Conference Finals. They have a clunker, and now you assess them as a Western Conference finalist team as that being an unacceptable performance last night. But I'm not convinced they're a Western Conference finalist team.
All right, I get that, but Steiny, they're a threat. And
okay.
I'm holding them to those standards that started last year. And because Steph's injury, they couldn't get to the promised land. I get that. But please don't negate or make my point so minute to where I'm getting excited and wanting to throw a party for 5 games. Because I didn't do that when Jimmy came to town last year. This is an off season. Everybody's healthy and rested. And I'm like, let's go. That's all. And I don't like their field goal opposing teams coming in here, special guys able to score and doing what they're doing in the paint. That's what those are not alarms, but those are something. To my boy Squirt's point about the foot speed, keeping guys in front of you, we don't have a lot of options.
Okay, you knew that before the loss. We knew that during the 4-1 start. Like, did you think?
Tell me.
Did you think? Like, we talk about their weaknesses. They're not huge the first 5 games. Do you think they're just solved? Like, they got a long way to go. That this season is so long. And you know what? And Evan said this the other day. Yeah. You think Butler's not going to sit next week in one of those 2 back-to-backs?
I kind of would.
I'm sure he will.
Yeah, I almost want him to. Yeah.
I'm just saying, we talk about the challenges of this team, then we see them, and we're incredulous about it. Like I said to you the other day, so you don't believe there's any circumstance where this team could remain healthy and not be a playoff team,
and
be a play-in team.
That was deep.
And you said no chance, Steiny. And I was like, well, let's see.
But I'm still there.
Okay,
but
that's fine.
And I'm not off it either. I give you that.
I'm not off it either.
Like, but what about Austin's question? Just real quick to make this about Jimmy. Teams do fear him, Stoney.
Okay, great. What is it? That doesn't get you any wins. That doesn't mean you lose. Great, they fear him. What does that mean?
He's good enough to help you get wins,
compile
wins.
But when fear,
you got to account for
the NBA.
Him.
Bobby Portis ain't fearing Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler's a damn good player, and they'll try to defend him. And some nights you can defend him. Man.
Well,
let's go to.
I did not ruin Halloween, but just don't say happy.
Yeah, but now you're downplaying. You're downplaying your enthusiasm about what you were saying about this team after 5 games.
But how do you get that if I just said I'm standing on business with my expectations for this team?
You it doesn't sound like you can even fathom how they lost last night to a Bucks team without Giannis. You can't fathom it.
And that's
I don't understand that.
And that's been my pulse of this show, is how I've been reacting. Like, there's nothing anybody can say to me, even if I agree with some of the points, that will get you off the hook in regard to me being disappointed or any Warrior fan
disappointed
from that performance.
Absolutely.
Because I thought at junctures of the game, mainly the start, they were lethargic.
Okay, so
I've given them the benefit of the doubt on that.
Why don't every game from now on you not assume they're going to take care of business? Why would you assume? Are they going to? Indiana's banged up,
but they're young.
Exactly.
They're long.
How come you didn't take into account that actually, in a crazy kind of way, without Giannis, they became more dangerous because they became a faster team against the Warriors. They want to play Giannis wants to play in a half court.
It's pro sports.
That's right.
That stuff happens, but it's Ryan Rollins going for 32-8 wasn't on the bingo card.
Okay, you know what? You overrate the Warriors. You think they're incapable of having a bad game. You just think that they're machines. And that you do.
But I'll tell you what, when we do get to that point and I need to retreat or double back, I'm not one of these guys that's going to fake behind a microphone and say, oh, I'm riding with my original take. I'll say, I got it wrong.
I don't care. Like, that's fine. I don't mean I don't care. I'm sorry.
No.
I mean, like, I get you there. There's going to be bumps in the road.
I got you. That wasn't a bump. That was a lack of energy. That was lethargic.
Which we knew may be an issue for the Golden State Warriors this year.
That's a 9. That's a 9.
We know that's an issue, so let's not be surprised about it, and let's acknowledge they may have some games like this on the way to 40, 45, 50 wins. Let's go to let's go to imbecile. Let's go to Nick in Ann Arbor. Hey Nick, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on, gents?
Hey.
So, Goo, this applies more to you, I think, than Steiny, given that you didn't watch the game last night, Steiny. But I think that this is a question that needs to be asked. First of all, I think any reaction to the Warriors right now is way too early.
Gotcha.
In the season. Like, we're going to have a dud every once in a while.
Yeah.
But my question is, didn't they talk about officiating going into the season and the high five not being legal anymore?
Yep.
We have not seen that called once. That's my first thing. The second one is, can we talk about traveling in the NBA? Like,
it doesn't exist.
Well, we've been doing it for 40 years.
gosh.
It doesn't exist, man.
I mean, did you guys see? You saw the Kaminga. His might have been a travel, but was it Paul Anthony or Ryan Rollins right before that was so egregious? I've never seen Kerr so livid.
Oh, he hates it.
Walking out to half court.
It was embarrassing, man.
He can't stand that. You're right. I mean, thanks, Nick.
And I didn't think Kaminga traveled. That's just me, Warrior, Google agree.
I didn't see it, but I'll bet he did.
Dude, I got to ask you something. I'm stopping the show. Did you come up with Golden State?
No, I've seen that.
That was too good for you to come up with that off the top.
That's somebody on
Olden.
I've seen that before on the YouTube chat.
Do you guys remember the other day when we were watching the greatest travels of all time?
Oh my
I was crying in tears.
And Westbrook, number one.
That was unbelievable. That was against the Warriors.
He walked from here to the Bay Bridge.
But they called that. They called that one.
They actually did, yeah, because he took 7 steps off the inbound.
But Giannis the other night,
great Euro step when gathered.
That was 6 steps.
That was 2 for him, though.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm going to go look for the greatest walk of all time that they didn't have on there, and that's the Corey Maggette walk that
you can't come up with the old guys. They didn't do that. Dominique Jordan.
You watch what I find.
Kobe's. They didn't use that. This is out of control. Guys are literally running with the ball.
And here's the other thing.
Run it, Evan. No dribble.
Stop whining. Luka had 40, and Gordon had 50, and now Rollins had 32. Get used to it, Goo. You know how many 40-point games there were in the first week of the season? 16. You know the most number of 40 games in the history of the NBA through the first week was? 9. That means there's almost twice as many 40-point games in the first week as there ever have been in the history of the game.
It's bad.
Come on, man.
It is bad. Hey, Butch texted us.
Talked about the free throw shooting.
I don't remember this, but Butch just texted us 3. The worst travel in NBA history, and I love this guy, Corey Maggette.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I don't remember that one.
Did you just hear me say Corey Maggette?
No.
2 minutes ago and talk about him for 30 seconds?
If we're being real, I love you. But to get through my job, and there are some tune-outs, that was not on purpose.
Guru.
So you said Maggette.
I know. I said the greatest walk of all time not called was one Corey Maggette did with the Warriors. I'll go find it.
All right. Okay. Well, Butch gave it to us. And
you have no recollection of that. It happened 90 seconds ago. No recollection.
I was so excited to say my worst travels.
Fair enough. Okay, 888-957-9570 is the number. Warriors Summit, ladies and gentlemen, is Thursday, November 6th, live from Jack's Restaurant and Bar in Pleasant Hill. All the hosts together again, discussing another Warriors season. God, let's hope it's after a win. We're going to do it a little differently this time around. 9 games into the season, that's when we're doing it. Little different flavor there. Willard and Dibbs from 2 to 4. All the hosts from 4 to 6, live from Jack's Restaurant and Bar in Pleasant Hill. We'll have great prizes to give away, drink specials, and your chance to meet all the hosts on the same day. Jack's Restaurant and Bar in Pleasant Hill on Thursday, November 6th. We'll see you there.
What's your financial future look like? At Pettinelli Financial Partners, we help you shape it. Whether you're planning for retirement, buying a home, or saving for something special, our professionals are here to provide clear guidance and smart strategies. Visit PettinelliFP.com today and take the first step toward a more secure financial future. The financial consultants at Pettinelli Financial Partners are registered representatives with and securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC. Investment advice offered through Stratos Wealth Partners, a registered investment advisor. Stratos and Pettinelli are separate entities from LPL Financial.
Hi, I'm Lacey, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. And yes, I'm actually a jeweler. I bring dream engagement rings to life every day in our jeweler's workshop. When I hand set your diamond into your ring, I think about creating a piece you'll wear for a lifetime. I pay attention to the smallest details and treat every ring with the same care and craftsmanship, no matter the size or price. Come check us out at your nearby store. Our engagement rings are made with love from our hands to yours, because a friend knows your love deserves the highest quality. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
The NBA season tips off, and so does DraftKings' newest fantasy game. DraftKings Pick 6 is the easiest way to play for big wins, with every possession giving you a shot at real money. Here's how to play. Just pick more or less on 2 or more stats, and unlock the upside every game brings. The better your picks, the bigger your payout. Pick 6 is available in your state. Plus, new DraftKings customers can get $50 in bonus picks with just a $5 entry on your first pick set. Don't just watch basketball, cash in. Download the DraftKings Pick 6 app now and use code THEGAME. That's code THEGAME. Play just $5, get $50 in Pick 6 bonus picks. Make the call. Ride the upside in partnership with DraftKings Pick 6. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Must be 18 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void where prohibited. 1 per new customer. Bonus awarded as non-withdrawable Pick 6 bonus picks that expire in 14 days. Limited time offer. See terms at pick6.draftkings.com/promos.
Prescription products require completion of an online medication consultation with an independent healthcare provider through the LifeMD platform and are only available if prescribed. Subscription required. Individual results may vary. Additional restrictions apply at lifemd.com. Read all warnings before using GLP-1s. Side effects may include a risk of thyroid C-cell tumors. Do not use GLP-1s if you or your family have a history of thyroid cancer.
Confused on where to start with weight loss medication? 95% of LifeMD patients said starting their weight loss journey was simple. Go to trylifemd.com now and see the best options with or without insurance for Wegovy, Zepbound, and more. Brian was approved for insurance coverage and lost 100 pounds.
I love the fact that insurance covered almost everything because pharmaceutical prices are going through the roof. The first time I realized that LifeMD was working for me was when the hunger started going away. I never thought losing weight would be this easy. It's given me more energy. I would recommend LifeMD to anybody.
Nearly 96% of patients said they would recommend the LifeMD program to anyone who wants to lose weight. Get started right now at trylifemd.com. That's TRYLIFEMD.com.
Hey, it's Mark Willard from 95.7 The Game. Look, when life hits you hard, and it happens, could be an accident, an injury, you need to hit back harder. You need a fierce team that knows the insurance game and refuses to back down. That's why I trust Omar Habas and the entire Habas Law team. For over 40 years, Habas Law has gone head-to-head with insurance companies, winning medical care, financial support, and real justice, and Habas doesn't get paid unless you do. Visit habaslaw.com. Habas Law, they'll fight to make it right.
It's almost here, budget season. Are you trying to do more with less? You're not alone. Thousands of companies from $10 million to $300 million in revenue trust My Outdesk to solve staffing gaps, control costs, and accelerate growth. Whether you're scaling, cutting overhead, or battling turnover, My Outdesk's elite global talent helps your team move forward with confidence, fast. Book your strategy call and find out how much you could save. My Outdesk, where momentum meets results. Visit myoutdesk.com. That's myoutdesk.com.
Celebrating 40 years with extraordinary rewards. Since our humble beginnings, we've believed in setting the standard for luxury, entertainment, and hospitality. This year, we invite you to be part of a defining moment in our story. Join us as we celebrate 4 decades of excellence and experience the unparalleled luxury that has made us a legend. Indulge in the extraordinary. Be part of our legacy. Cash in at Cache Creek Casino Resort.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program may only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it could end your debt nightmare and save you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. For free information and to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for, simply go online and visit DRA.com or call 800-455-9311. 800-455-9311. Again, that's 800-455-9311.
This is Greg Nemitz from the Autism Society. The Pettinelli Financial Golf Tournament raised over $100,000 for our organization. Thank you, sponsors, players, volunteers, and thank you, Pettinelli Financial.
We tried to. There's negotiating tactics. You're working 20 different things at a time. These things happen. Sometimes you see something on Twitter and we're unable to get it done.
Now, back to Steiny and Guru on 95.7 The Game.
All righty. We got to talk some football before we get out of here. They got a game Sunday now, damn it.
We're going to do it right now.
But I got to give Butch some credit. And Evan's going to back me up. He sent the footage of Maggette, who I didn't hear, and the boss thought it was funny. Stoney, that's not the worst travel I've ever seen. And Evan, was that the worst? That I was waiting on the travel
compared to some of these guys.
The worst one was the Beal one.
That's a misdemeanor.
The worst one was the Beal one that we saw yesterday. I want to say against the Pelicans.
Oh yeah, well I mean, but even the one that they based the segment, like the Giannis travel that they didn't call,
they ran.
Took 7 steps.
And I gotta say this before we get back to it. Why did I like Maggette? He can get to the line, Steiny.
Because all he did was score. He wasn't a great team player. Wasn't interested in defense.
Oh, Maggette.
He was
ripped.
And was the quintessential isolation player.
No doubt.
And that's true. Great Uncle Looney here. You had body envy, which made you like him.
No, M&T-O.
Yeah. All right. It seems like we're going to have Mac Jones at quarterback against the New York Giants. And this is, Guru had heard this a day ago and wanted to talk about it. Phil Simms was on yesterday with a morning roast, and Phil Simms was talking about the Brock Purdy, Mac Jones situation. And this is what Guru stuck out to Guru, and take a listen. Phil Simms.
You know, I'm not speaking for Brock Purdy. Okay, I looked him up before we went on to see the injury report, and I said, oh, my God, this is crazy, this injury report. But as a quarterback standing on the sideline, the other guys out there, you want the team to win, but you hope the quarterback doesn't play real well. I mean, that's simple. And you know what's the truth? If anybody says it's not, then, you know, I'm not going to say they're lying, but they're lying.
And I miss Phil on the broadcast, Stoney. That is incredible, man. You sit up here, you don't do it specifically. You do it sometimes. You think Carson Wentz, and this is my Exhibit A, wanted to see Nick Foles win that damn Super Bowl? No. He could never tell you. He's like, yeah, let's go. But come on, Stoney, I'm just keeping it real, man. Come on. That's it. I appreciate a former quarterback saying that, and he had to watch that. Jeff Hostetler won that Super Bowl.
Yeah, but wasn't Simms hurt?
Yeah. But still, you kind of don't want your back guy.
I mean, to me, it's different.
I know it's not everybody, but that's how I would. It would just sour the moment just a tad bit.
To me, it's different. Didn't Carson Wentz, when he was with Philly,
almost
hurt?
He was going to be MVP. He was about to be MVP.
Right.
Again.
They were like 12-2, right? Or something. They
were great.
They had a great record. Yeah. He got hurt
in LA.
Missed the playoffs. They won the Super Bowl. To me, that's different than because once you're hurt,
there's no choice.
I'm going to root for my team once I'm hurt.
Well, let's be honest then. Because Brock is the guy next door, and he looks like it's not. I'm just saying he's a good dude.
Okay.
Is Phil insinuating Brock? You know, he could tell maybe his missus or his mom. He ain't rooting for Mac not to light it up.
Yes, he is. I think he is. I mean,
we're all human. There's no wrong answer here, and he could never. Nobody could say what they really truly feel. But Brock just got the bag, so he's secure, man.
Well.
But you need to get man.
I mean, if you don't think that a starter doesn't want his replacement to play well, you think that's not the case, you're crazy. You're crazy.
But you don't give any credence to that being on the flip side.
My point is this, and I'll say it. Not everybody is like that.
Okay.
Most people are like it, and anyone who's ever played sports and has seen a replacement come in and play well, it sucks. Sorry, it does. And you think you're better than that guy. Wow. And you don't want him to play well.
That's all, man.
Those are facts.
No doubt. And that's called a human, man. Those are real feelings, and I'm not saying it's right, but my goodness.
So, and honestly, okay, and I get it. Joe Straining started, and I came off the bench. We were really good friends. He was a senior.